How did you feel yesterday evening?
It's spacey.
Spacey.
Yeah, no, good.
You can leave it open. Spacey as in...
A little bit lightheaded.
Ah, yeah.
And tired.
Okay.
I think it was physically, the practice session was kind of strong, like you were saying about the body tensing. I noticed that it was kind of, felt quite strong physically,
Mm-hmm.
a bit tired.
So we will continue on teachings on four immeasurables and love in particular now. And so just generally, you know, there was just somebody in the Sangha was mentioning about residential retreats and meals on retreats. Like sutra style practice and tantra style practice are different energetically, obviously. And also the requirement or need for energy through food is different. And the need for rest is different. So I wrote about this at Facebook Sangha, and so the need for I was going to say that the way how I used to design retreat schedules before was that there was a lot more sitting than there is now in 4 sessions a day on residentials. Like we used to sit a lot more. But since tantric practice is different, we don't do that anymore. So, regarding tiredness and lightheadedness, eat well. It's important to, compensate or, to understand that tantric practice, tantric energy work is different, and that, eating well is certainly part of the picture. Tiredness is also very much part of practice, because yesterday evening we practiced about hour and 20 minutes. And the capability of absorbing charges, such as the one yesterday, or charge in Guru Yoga, or charge in Deity Yoga, it increases. It increases with our mind getting clearer through Vipassana practice. Okay?
Ability to absorb.
Ability to absorb. And but nevertheless, as long as we are samsaric beings with some sense of self in our mind, we will still get tired sooner or later, because the charge of pure awareness, and especially because we do it in tantric practice in a very dynamic way, it comes in with force. And this is something that I put special emphasis on as a teacher, because it is useful, although it's tiring, because we have limited time in this life for practice and to realize what we what we can, what is possible. So this is something that I put special emphasis on. But tiredness is common, and this is the reason why on retreats we have longer breaks. Like today also we had 2 one-hour breaks and then 2 shorter ones or 3 shorter ones. If this was a sutra style city retreat, we would do a lot more sitting between 9 and 5 p.m. today. But so we have also longer breaks here. But when you feel tired after retreat practice, rest. You know, I often, probably also today, I ask, after we get the charge going, I often ask people to lie down, simply because there's no point sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting. So, as tantrics, we don't have to generate as much as, you know, the nature of the practice is different than sutra practice. Sutra meaning Zen and Theravada. So we don't have to generate all the energy. We have deities and gurus and practices like that for it. But it is tiring, and it is purposeful that it's tiring. That's how we see that something is happening. And also, what can happen, what I've talked about is the charges as we take it into the body, is the charge hitting our karmas and kleshas, which means the causes of selfing in our body. And this can, you know, bring up irritation, anger, anxiousness, fear, greed, anything, all that self-based stuff. This shouldn't be new for you. I've talked about this a lot, but just a reminder that it's meant to happen, so that we can also bring those, those sensations and emotions onto the path. Use it for practice. That makes us practitioners, right? Okay, so yesterday here in Dublin we had the first session on love, which is one of the 4 immeasurables, one of the 4 Brahma Viharas or divine abodes, as commonly taught in Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism. And yesterday evening we pretty much did the same session as I taught last Tuesday on the webcast entitled Love, the Great Magnetic Healer. So I pretty much gave the same pointers, did the same practice, with the exception that yesterday, as we first sat down, relaxed, recognized knowing awareness, and then the other 2 of the 3 basic characteristics, aliveness and groundedness. Then from there, as you can remember, from aliveness, we looked at it differently from the point of view of positivity, positive life force. You remember? And there from positivity we again looked at second characteristic in a little bit different way and seeing it as love. And did it make sense for you, that continuum? Did you notice the relation of those 3 qualities? Aliveness, positivity and love. Okay.
Positivity is a little bit less clear.
Okay. I will point it out again. So, and then we further magnified the second characteristic with the mantra or the word love. And that did the trick, seemed to do it. And as I mentioned yesterday, that our practice is valid as Ati Yoga practice, as Dzogchen practice, these 3 basic characteristics need to be there. So, in other words, if we generated love, what is common in Hindu yogas, if we generated love in a way that it would take us into a blissful state, intoxication, like a trance-like bliss, blissing out, then it would not be valid as Ati Yoga anymore, because blissing out means you lose knowing awareness and groundedness. Okay? So it is always important in our style of practice to have those three basic characteristics always. Although, it is useful to workshop on those three qualities and look at them carefully to understand our whole practice and path better. So we will continue on the practice. And yesterday, like last Tuesday, I read a blog text that I wrote 2nd of June. So this text can be found from Open Heart blog, published on 2nd June, entitled Teaching on the Four Immeasurables According to Open Heart. And something that I now remember to mention is that I published the Open Heart Preliminary Practices booklet about a month ago. Did you take a look at it last night? So it has, I don't remember, 36, 37 preliminaries at the moment. But there's a whole bunch that I forgot to put in there. I was in a hurry and I just forgot about 10, 11, 12 more. And one of those that I forgot is this Four Immeasurables. And the text I'm going to read now from the blog is to be added pretty much like it is into that preliminary practices booklet. So here it is. Teachings of Vajrayana need to be technical so that we can understand what we are doing and know where we are heading, but it is important to not let the technical language become an obstacle to the actual experience. The natural state can be considered, recognized and meditated through the next four immeasurables. Firstly, it is imbued with equanimity, meaning that it is peaceful in a way that penetrates our entire being, our foundations. When I say it is peaceful, it means that everyone has this bedrock peacefulness within them, and when I say that everyone already knows what I'm talking about in some degree, it's not something distant or foreign to us. Therefore, it makes sense to us. So the first one is equanimity. First one of the four immeasurables. Secondly, there is, or we are capable of having, an immensely rich and pure sense of healing love at the heart. This is very important to experience, because if we don't, we won't really understand the nature of mind or compassion, which both are the core of the great vehicle Mahayana towards full enlightenment or Buddhahood. This love, softness and pureness of the heart is something that most practitioners don't get, and because they don't, the next immeasurable of compassion becomes like a bird with one wing that obviously cannot fly like a bird should. Love makes the whole thing matter to us, brings it alive. So if we don't experience this love, if there is no emotional connection, we simply cannot care, are not able to express compassion from the deepest place within us. If this kind of love is absent, we won't be traveling in the great vehicle towards enlightenment, and all we do, our whole training will be missing a loving heart. What is life or the path without loving heart? Not much. Love also heals hurts and traumas we all have. This love, who we are, it makes us complete as human beings. Thirdly, so the second of the four immeasurables is love. Thirdly, we are capable of this immense care from our own hearts within our chest to the hearts of all beings. This is compassion, so much stressed in Buddhist teachings. Compassion is cultivated because in our subtle body we are actually connected with all sentient beings around us, physical and non-physical. When we cultivate compassion from healthy heart of love, suddenly we can feel how all beings are together and experiencing the pain of cyclic existence. Therefore, we can become a cause of liberation for other beings, become caregivers instead of remaining in confusion, ignorance and pain like most beings. It makes a vast difference. Here we can see the seamless continuum of equanimity, love and compassion. It really is a seamless continuum, although can be artificially chopped into pieces and viewed separately, like we are doing now in this text. And the third one is compassion. Lastly, followed by foundational equanimity, love that fills the heart, reaching out to all sentient beings with care and interest, is what joyfulness is. The first three are what constitutes joy. This is the liberated state that is full of meaning, that is not flat, boring, indifferent, tasteless and colorless, and not made heavy with mental gymnastics on phrases such as not existence nor non-existence. Joy means being light, very light, being light, traveling lightly, but not being indifferent, distracted, or selfishly concerned. Those who are fully enlightened, Buddhas and Mahasiddhas, live in this experience without a moment's break. Those who are on the path to full enlightenment can emulate this through repeated practice, and when they do it correctly, there is always an immense relief and relaxation of the samsaric death grip caused by the sense of self. These four are traditionally called four immeasurables, here expressed as thought and viewed in open heart. Guru Rinpoche's guideline for open heart is to bring joy back to Buddhism. This is the joy he is talking about, something simple, something real, something abound with meaning. The natural state is rich, tasty and delicious, not flat, colorless and emotionally meaningless. It needs to move and touch our hearts, otherwise it has little meaning or effect. Love, more love. So last night we did some practice, and now we will practice some more. So we will do the same practice, and I'll give you some more pointers. Maybe take it a little further. So take a good sitting posture. Build your posture well, so that the weight of the body rests on the sitting bones. And as the sitting bones are resting firmly against the surface, the spine kind of grows out from those sitting bones. Vertebra by vertebra, shoulders relaxed, chest relaxed. Spine extending to the neck, head naturally resting in its place in a way that the chin comes down a little bit. When chin comes down, the neck muscles here can relax. As always, forgetting about special states of meditation and concentration, having eyes open or closed, are both fine. Leave your teeth and lips a little open, the tongue floating in a relaxed way in the mouth. Breathing through the nose. Mouth open a little bit, but breathing through the nose. Feeling the body and letting tensions release, like when we open a Coca-Cola bottle, there is sound. The same way, letting tensions relax from the whole body. Knowing relaxation, aliveness of relaxation, or groundedness of relaxation. Knowing aliveness and groundedness in relaxation, in the free flow of energy, in the body. It is important to understand that the freeing energies is the same as relaxing. You might as well say that opening deeply from the body and opening deeper from the body. Deepening, 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 opening, or deepening of relaxation. Same thing. Knowing, automatic natural cognizance, and aliveness of the physical body, aliveness of the mind. It's alive. And also stability, groundedness of the physical body, posture, groundedness of the natural state cannot be pushed over because it is not a thing, it is not something. Relax a little bit more. If you feel like taking few deep breaths, go ahead. helps with relaxation. And then let's go through the same steps as we did yesterday. So first feel the aliveness of your being. And notice that you are alive. Your body's alive, your mind's alive. Indication of that the mind is alive is the functioning of the mind. Thoughts, emotions, subtle energy. Our mind is not dead. It can go thoughtless, but nevertheless there is a radiance of aliveness in the mind, whether the thoughts are there or whether they are absent. Aliveness, just like in nature. We are here, sitting here indoors, but we can hear the wind outside, animals outside. There's a little sunshine as well. We can hear the wind in the trees. You can feel the aliveness of your own being and the aliveness of the surrounding nature. Aliveness of us as a group. Feel it? Do you feel it? And then there is positivity to this aliveness. There is positivity to the life force in our being, in our mind. It's a positive force. I'm simply saying that the natural state is positive rather than negative or close-minded. It's open-minded, and its open-mindedness, it's positive, supportive. The very flow of energy is aliveness, is positivity. Hindered flow of energy is negativity. It's as simple as that, liberated and deluded states of mind. Free flow, hindered flow. Free flow, positive. Hindered flow, selfish opinions, likes, dislikes. Having said that, so that we understand what I just said in the context of Buddhist meditation, when we illuminate through Vipassana practice our mind, all those likes and dislikes and opinions become the embodiment of the Dharma, become the embodiment of the natural state. It's only if the self is involved, there is self-investment, when they become a problem for us and cause narrow-mindedness, cause delusion. So, positivity. It is not something like now when we are practicing together, when I talk about aliveness a moment ago and now positivity. It is not something that you need to grab or take a hold of. It's just something you can notice. Notice in your own experience and stay in tune with that. So, when we started with aliveness, well, aliveness and positivity are quite close to each other. Those two flavors are quite close to each other. Aliveness of rainforest, it's brimming with life, bringing with positive life force. But now, when we again look the second basic characteristic from the perspective of love, now the tone in it, the flavor in it changes, and you can check it in your own experience. So, yesterday I mentioned that hopefully each one of us at some point of our lives, if not now, have experienced pure love, pure selfless love towards a family member or a relative or a friend or a pet. So probably and hopefully each of us have some experience of pure selfless love. Pure love without any sense of meanness in it, any sense of self in it. So each of us have, if we are not in love now with somebody, we at least have a memory of it. So if I ask you that, do you feel the love in this positiveness? You probably get a hang of it, what I mean. Do you feel the love in it? See if you do. See if you can detect that. See if you can feel that. Carl, can you get my shoes, please? So simply feel before going into the mantra. Simply feel of positivity, a love of positivity, love in positivity. Do you already notice the difference? With this take, this perspective of the second characteristic compared to aliveness, the love pointer, difference of that compared to aliveness pointer. It looks like many of you are well in tune with love and probably notice the difference as well. Then let's go into the love mantra. So, in your body-mind, without limit, you don't have to limit it inside your aura or inside your body. Simply say to yourself silently, love, 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 love. Repeating it a few times, digging out this pure love experience and then letting it reverberate, echo in your body-mind space. You say it a few times and then leave it, let it echo for about half a minute, and then do a second round of mantra repetitions. Say love like you mean it. Continue with repetitions and giving it space for 1 or 2 minutes more. So we are simply amplifying the second characteristic of the natural state as love, not blissing out, not going to a special state of meditation, but remaining in non-meditation, just tweaking the second aspect. Do one more round of repetitions and then leave it. And then just experience it. Just being together, knowing, love, groundedness. Cognizance, love, stability. As a total experience. 3 characteristics unified as one. Not as a self, but as one. And enjoying it. It's immensely positive, isn't it? This power of love. Magnetic, attractive. Feels in the heart, in the chest, feels in the rest of the body, also in the aura. The great magnetic healer. You can check if it is a strange experience or odd experience, or if it's something that you can trust. Is there even a question or doubt whether you can trust it or not? If you feel that you don't really get it, you didn't really get it going on with the mantra, do it again. Dig it out. Generate it. It is important that we have experiences. If we are not getting a hang of it, if we are not getting the experience, then we need to repeat the practice. Clarify it for ourselves. Love. Original love. Original peacefulness, original clarity. Deathless clarity, deathless love. Something that cannot be destroyed or taken away. Soaking in it. It's sort of like the heart starts to smile. This open, beautiful, natural smile. Love smiles in the whole body, in the whole being. And and also might turn up the corners of the mouth to a subtle smile. Feeling the love in the muscles of the body, in the muscle fibers, everywhere around the body, in the bones, inside the bones, in organs, on the skin, brain, eyes, heart, lungs, liver, all organs, including sexual organs, including all the liquids in the body, blood and so forth. In other words, the whole physical body. Love. Soaking, soaking, soaking in it, soaking as it. So there is something called Vimalamitra's wisdom meditations that I have received directly from Mahasiddha Vimalamitra and taught them on the summer of 2017. Some of you have learned them, but if you haven't, I'll just briefly mention that the same locations that are practiced in Chandali techniques or Tummo techniques of open heart yoga are in Vimalamitra's wisdom meditations. So there are 3 locations in the body that are like special energy centers or energetic areas, like chakras, energy centers that never get dirty of selfing, never get stained, never get samsaric, always remain pure. One of them is in the middle of the gut, second one is in the middle of the chest, in the heart, and the third one is in the middle of the head. The fourth one are the Mahasiddha Bhumis, above and below the body. So now, with love in the heart, we are becoming aware of it, activating it, tapping it. These, I call them Chokchen centers, because they are always in the state of purity. And this is why I always recommend open heart Sangha members to learn open heart yoga levels 1, 2 and 3, all of the levels, so that you can get access to this gift and wealth that the practice has to offer. So now it's pretty much love radiating from the heart into the rest of the body. As I mentioned yesterday, it can happen that the Mahasiddha Bhumis below and above the body, that the energy of the heart naturally expands downwards and upwards and connect with those Mahasiddha Bhumis. If it happens, wonderful. Also, you can just let it happen. Let the connection take place, both from below and from above. Just be open for it. Just being open for that connection to take place. Mahasiddha Bhumis from above, connecting to the heart. Mahasiddha Bhumis from below, connecting to the heart. And when you hear or feel it go click like a key in a lock, then no need to do anything. Just being in the experience. Love of the natural state, love of our inner full enlightenment, love of being Buddhas ourselves, fully attained. Connecting 13th with the heart, 12th with the heart, from above and below, connecting 11th to the heart, connecting 10th to the heart, connecting 9th to the heart, 8th to the heart, connecting 7th Bhumi to the heart, sixth to the heart, fifth to the heart, fourth to the heart, third to the heart, second to the heart, and first bhumi to the heart. Connecting our whole energy body with the heart. For the sake of all sentient beings, for us to attain Buddhahood, for the liberation of all sentient beings. Love of the natural state, love of the liberated state in the whole energy body, in our whole being. it is an intensive experience. So if your body starts to subconsciously tense, the muscles, the deep muscles in the body start to tense, relax them. Let's generate love more with the mantra. Do a few rounds. And then, after you generate it for 1 or 2 minutes, then just leave it and feel it. If you feel sleepy, you can try sitting eyes open. And I recommend, in this case of sleepiness, recommend keeping eyes horizontally or slightly upwards, not downwards. If you still feel sleepy, you can pump with your muscles, tensing, relaxing, until the sleepiness subsides. There is no point sleeping through teachings. Waste of time. If, on the other hand, sleepiness comes, but it doesn't make you fall into sleep, you can be aware of it. That's a different thing. But if it is taking awareness, clouding awareness, then it's a different thing. And something needs to be done about it. For a few more minutes, let's shift from the second immeasurable of love to the third one of compassion, like we did yesterday. So, countless beings in human form, in animal form, in other forms, are everywhere around us, physically and non-physically. There's millions, billions, trillions beings around us. Inhabiting the same space of awareness, Dharmakaya. Inhabiting the same mind space. So now we have generated and meditated love. Then let's express that love and care towards other beings by wishing liberation, freedom for them. Let's actually chant, "May all beings free." A couple of minutes. I will ring the bell when we finish. Inhale. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all beings be free. May all feel the difference from love to compassion. It's a very different experience to express compassion from friendliness or from kindness or from love, isn't it? Wishing happiness, profound happiness and liberation to all sentient beings around us. And when we do that, the energy, life force shoots out from our heart, from the rest of our body, through all those numerous nadi channels, beyond the edge of our aura, to all sentient beings at the other end of those nadis. Through those beings, mind streams who we are karmically connected to, now it multiplies, goes forward, goes forward, goes forward. This vast web of nadis and karmic connections. May all beings be free. May all beings have original peace, original love, original clarity. So we've been sitting for almost hour and 20 minutes. Let's not interrupt the charge, this experience. Take your yoga mat and lie down for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes has passed, we'll take a break of 15 minutes. So we will continue webcast in 30 minutes.